going back into the next season, and what would you like to see happen to your character or characters? As you...
Well, I'm honestly curious because I think the last episode we looked at the spaceship. It's not the time ship. It's what it's called, I think. I always get it wrong. And there were dinosaurs out there. So I have no idea what's happening. You know, I'm dreading night shoots with funny creatures. I'm dreading it. But you know but I really don't know what they're going to do. And for me, it's really always the same. It's always about, you know, how does this character, the struggles he encounters, you know, I'm always curious about his relationship with his wife and what, because I sometimes think they forget that I'm married. And I sometimes say in the middle of a scene, "Where's Clarissa? You know, where is she?" And they joke, but so they did actually, they kind of wrapped that up a little bit better, I think, at the end of the season. But so I'm curious about his, you know, what he does now, like where does he fit in with this group? Because it's you know, they have trouble because they can't really send me out on, you know, battle things because I'm too frail, and so I loved the daughter relationship. That was really, because that's interesting to me, you know, and her and she's so good, that girl. She's just so talented, and so I'm hoping there's more of that.
I guess it was touched on rather briefly there about Alias, but can you tell us a bit about your experiences in filming that, because it was such an iconic show of its time?
Well, thank you. It was unparalleled, really, for me as an actor. You know, it was really my first TV show. I was a New York actor in the theater, and J.J. Abrams somehow saw me as this character, Jack Bristow, and I still don't know how, but he did, and I was so grateful that he did, and it was, you know, we're all still in touch. Jennifer and I remain extremely close, and her children are. I'm godfather to her middle daughter, Serafina. So and JJ just was one of the producers of a show on Broadway, and so we're still in touch. And Ron Rifkin, and it's Michael Vartan is shooting a show in Vancouver and living in my building. So there I live in Vancouver. So we still are very tight.
It was one of those shows that kind of kept you guessing until the very end. Did you kind of know where it was going when you started off with it?
No.
Or did it surprise you?
Yes, yes. I thought that the show kind of, the first 2 seasons were extraordinary. Then it kind of dipped, and I didn't know quite where it was going. And then I think the last season really it all just came together in a beautiful way. And yeah, I'm very, very proud of it. And when I look at pictures of it or people talk about it, I always feel nostalgic and very proud.
As an actor with such an extensive portfolio of work over the years, from musical theatre to film to television, what role do you get the most satisfaction out of looking back?
You know, it's interesting because when I talk about any role I've done, there are elements of that in every role I've done, because you know I give 100%, and so it results in this where I am now. So every role I've done has had an effect. Obviously, some more than others, but I mean, Alias because it was the longest stretch, but Titanic, I'm recognized more for that than most of the things I've done. And I just had dinner with David Warner last night, who I haven't seen in 15 years, and who I love, and who is, I think, one of the great. You know, I think he's sort of. I'm sure you know who he is, but I think he's one of the great actors in this country, and I just feel everything I've done has been important and valuable to, and so it's really hard to pick one thing, but obviously Alias changed my life literally, because I went from theater to television, and Titanic was one of those things that just it's become one of the most iconic films of all time. And how I got in that, it's a miracle, really.
How was it
Okay,
working with?
sorry, I'm sorry, we don't have any more time for any more questions.
Gee, I'm enjoying this.
Sorry. Sorry.
Well, thank you very much.
Sorry. Okay, well, so much more polite here. So sweet. It's very nice. Okay.